All right, let's look at our questions. How did Buzz Franchise Brands come about, and what is the story behind the name? When we started Mosquito Joe, the holding company was called Buzz Killers.
Buzz Killers.
You guys remember that, right?
Yes.
And then we were looking at what do we name when we made the decision to go from one brand to a second brand. What are we going to call ourselves? And we thought about that, but we also thought about what it is that we do, which is a lot of the marketing. And we tried to create a buzz with everything we do. And so it became Buzz Franchise Brands. And it sort of stuck.
Building companies that get people talking.
That's right. I remember in the conference room going over the different logos and how we were going to come up with the logos.
Yeah, who came up with that logo?
We had a graphic design intern, Caitlin. She
That's
came
right.
up with the logo for us.
That's right.
And it's very creative because it's got the B, both B's, and the F built into the B, and it's like a speech bubble. So she nailed it.
She did, very much so.
All right, who's got the next question?
Question is, describe the first day that you came together 10 years ago to start the company. So it was at our temporary offices that were in town center that we had for the first 2 months about. And there were the 5 of us, and we met in a little conference room, and we had Einstein bagels. Remember?
Good memory.
And I can tell you what I was wearing. It's probably a girl thing, but I think we had all met Kevin at that point, but we hadn't all met each other. I think that was really the first day we were all meeting each other. I don't know, I think, at least I felt like I was walking into the room like, I have no idea what this is going to be all about.
What did I sign up for?
Like, exactly. I'm about to find out if this was a good decision or not. But 5 of us in there, and we just sort of sat down and started walking through, what the whole concept and plan was going to be and what we were setting out to do. And it was just, I think it was apparent early on, like everybody's motivation and role and just willingness to get in and get it done. I mean, we had the marketing department, the operations department, the finance department, all, our departments of one.
Mike, what do you remember?
That specific
You were the
day,
head of ops then, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was. Yep.
For a week or
I've
two.
been working on the CRM stuff
Right.
before we met that day. That time in that office seems like it was so short-lived that,
Yeah. Fortunately.
yeah.
We were small.
I think about the office at Southport really as being like our
First place.
Real office.
first days. And that was a fun project to build that space and then fill it up.
Well, I remember when I met you guys for the first time. I met Mike, of course, first of all, and had basically 1 day of training before he went back to Monarch. He brought me in on a Saturday, and he's like, well, here's your office, and here's 1 day of training, and welcome to the team.
See ya.
See ya.
All right, who's next? Mike?
Sure. What is your favorite memory from your time at Buzz Franchise Brands?
Oh my gosh.
Well, still making memories, but gosh, good question. I think it was all the offsites and all the different, convention and company offsites, leadership offsites.
Well, I think the events are definitely up there, but I also just loved when we first moved in here. I mean, that was a big step.
Oh,
We
that's
had
right.
really grown the company, taken on a big responsibility with a much larger facility, and I think that really crystallized that we were really going to start growing all 3 of these brands. And so from the naming of the phone rooms after some of Kevin's at that time favorite wines, not so much anymore.
Not anymore. I've outgrown those.
And I think Mike came up with the water
Theme?
names
The
for
rivers.
Lynn Haven, Lafayette, and
Yeah, we
Chesapeake.
surveyed everybody.
Yeah.
We did.
Which was
Everybody,
great.
and I think you were the big winner in that one.
Ange? You've been involved in a lot of projects.
I would say my favorite project was probably one of my first projects, which was the rebrand of Mosquito Joe. And I just think that was so fun and unique and became such a big part of what we did. Taking a brand in an industry that was not at all a sexy industry to be in, pest control, mosquito control, and come up with a brand that really energized people and that felt very clean and felt very authentic to what we were doing and made it almost feel more like a lifestyle brand than a pest control brand. And then just getting to watch that play out into not only our collateral and our vehicles and that sort of thing, but just the franchisees adopting and being so proud of it.
You know, one of the things we did with Mosquito Joe that was different and unique in the industry was how we went through the rebranding, but then it was the positioning of using humor in everything we did, right? And humor's challenging to do. What were some of the challenging moments that you saw with using humor?
I mean, I think just the creativity of kind of coming up with the different taglines that we used and then bringing those to life through some of the commercial spots that we did. And
Best
staying in
tagline.
life.
What do you think your best tagline was?
Oh gosh, it's
Matt,
really.
I'm going to ask all of you.
I think. I mean, stop slapping yourself in the face
That's
is
where I
like
was
one
gonna
that
go.
Everybody
always
loves that
comes
one.
to
Yes.
mind.
Mike?
Did you mean to donate blood on the way to the
Oh,
mailbox?
that's a good one too.
Mine was probably, you guys remember we used those very large direct mail pieces, bright
at
yellow
first,
cards
yeah.
show up in the mailbox. And the one tagline I remember, if you decide not to call us, use this card for swatting.
Yeah.
Something about the word swatting is actually pretty
We
funny.
should put together a top 10 list for the 10-year anniversary.
Yeah. Wait, new question, what
All
do you
right,
got?
what has been the key to BFB's success? First of all, the people in this room, understanding your vision when you brought us all together and being able for you to share that vision with us and us be able to embrace it. And then our people here from, like we've talked before, our employees and them being able to see the vision and then being able to share that with the franchisees and them being able to see the vision too. So I think everybody is on the path for the same goal, and that really started with your vision.
But it really does come down, I think, to the people, and the people include our franchisees, the teams here. One thing that I feel very proud about is how we negotiated, 2020, 2021, both for our team here and for our franchisees. Especially, we talked about, the British Swim School folks being the most impacted and getting them through that and then relaunched. But keeping everybody safe here, keeping everybody engaged here, not losing anybody. I mean, maybe it's not a project, but it was pretty important for a while there. It was a lot going on. So, I think that's kudos to the culture, to Kevin's leadership, and glad we're where we're at now in 2022.
Definitely.
I think taking a long-term view on the business and the people really allows you to make decisions that are beneficial even in the short term. I mean, there might be a few bumps, but everything you guys have said, I think personally, it's the team that we're assembling here and continuing to assemble as we grow. It really makes a difference. So, I mean, it's really worked out well.
Well, the fact that 10 years later, we've got the same people in the room.
That's right.
I think that's pretty special too.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
Let's keep going. Who's got the next question?
I think it's up to me, yeah. So what are BFB's goals for the next 10 years? So I think for me, it comes back to a very tough 2020 and then a very positive rebound, if you will, in 2021. And that's kind of re-energized our vision of being a leading multi-brand franchisor. So I'm personally very excited about the idea of doubling our brands, hopefully in the next 3 to 5 years. So the other thing that gets me very excited is giving some of our team opportunities to grow in different roles. And I think that's kind of the next thing for us. We know we're going to be successful. I firmly believe that, but I want to give people the chance to do other things. So pretty excited about that.
I kind of go back to the mission of enabling people to realize their dreams, and I think between what we can do with our corporate staff over the next 10 years and that growth and development and adding new people to the team to helping our existing franchisees grow over the next 10 years and then expanding that brand family and bringing in new concepts and new franchisees.
Yeah, we've always said that what we want to do is create every brand. We want it to be a household name across the U.S. over the course of a few years, and so I think we're on the way to doing that. It's going to be fun doing that. Yeah, North America now, Canada with British Swim School. But it is. It's a lot of fun. Growing something is a lot more fun than status quo or having to shrink before you grow. So, and I think that everything we're about is growth, and that's a lot of fun.